and good morning to all my lovely students out there. I welcome you all for today's English class. Students, today's date is 11th of November 2020 and the lesson which we are going to undertake is lesson number 10 from your English textbook part 2, The Great Race. So let us see what are the learning outcomes for today's class. So, at the end of today's class, you all will be able to summarize the story in your own words. So, you will understand the story and you'll also be able to summarize the story in your own words. Okay. Number two is you'll be able to differentiate between healthy and unhealthy competition. So, in this story, particular story, you'll come up with the particular theme of healthy and unhealthy competition as well. Okay, students, all right. And the third one is you'll also be knowing the importance of being kind and helpful to others. So this story will also teach us that we should be kind and helpful to others in any situation. So I hope you are ready for the class, students. So let's get started. So the lesson which we are undertaking is the Great Race, lesson number 10. In the previous class, we have done with regards to words with more than four syllables. I'm sure you still remember, students. I've told you how to actually divide the words according to the syllables so that it will be easier for you to understand the words and catch the spellings of it in an easy manner. So we have seen around 8 words: their multiplication, imagination, generosity, personality, overpopulation, right? Responsibility, enthusiastically, and identification. We have divided into syllables. These are words with more than four syllables, right, students? And also, we have done some of the words and its meaning. We have seen some new words and its meaning as well. So the first new word was Jade Emperor, that is the primary god in Chinese tradition. Then we have also seen the word zodiac, which means a cycle of 12 years with animal symbols for each year, right? Exhausted, which means very, very tired. I have explained to you in the last class. Swooped, which means pounced or moved down very fast. Puff, a short, sudden burst of breath. And sneaky, which means very secretive, okay? And wriggled, word number 7, wriggled, twisted and turned quickly. Raft, that is a flat wooden structure used as a boat. Rooster, an adult male chicken. And boar, a wild pig. Right, we have seen all these new words. I have also given you homework to frame one simple sentence each of these words. Now let us see the story and try to understand it in today's class. So here, long ago, the Jade Emperor of China invited all the animals to a swimming race. So, what happened long ago? The Jade Emperor, that is the primary Chinese god, invited all the animals to a swimming race. Now, what kind of race it was? It was a swimming race. He declared that the first 12 animals would each have a year of the zodiac named after them. So, what he said that any first 12 animals who would win the race would get what? Would get a name and fame. And what would that name or fame be? That means they will have their own zodiac name after a year. Okay. So their name would be there for each zodiac year. So what will happen? Let us see, students. All the animals lined up along the river bank. The rat and the cat were poor swimmers. They asked the strong ox to help them. So, what happened? All the other animals actually lined up near the river bank. And as we know, the rat and the cat, no, they were very poor swimmers. They don't like water, right? So they actually asked the ox, right? Very strong built ox to help them win the race. Okay. Of course, said the kind ox. Just climb on my back, I will take you across the river. So the ox was very, very kind, okay, very kind and helpful. So the ox said that, of course, why not? I will help you, my dear cat. I'll help you, my dear rat. You just climb on my back and then you will easily cross the river. Okay, even though students, even though it was a race, it was a competition, we can see that the ox was very, very humble and also very helpful and kindful towards other animals, right? They had animals, they had almost reached the other bank when the rat pushed the cat into the water. Just as the ox was about to win the race, the rat leapt onto his head and then onto the bank to finish first. Now, what happened was that all the other animals were in the race, and then what happened was all of a sudden what could be seen is that as the cat and the rat were on the back of the ox, the rat actually pushed the cat into the water and then the cat fell down. And then, as you know, the ox was approaching because he was the one who should be first. But then, just when the ox was about to reach the finishing line, what did the rat do? The rat smartly leaped away, jumped from there and then finished it first. Right? We can see the cleverness of the rat over here, right? Well done, said the emperor to the proud rat. The first year of the zodiac will be named after you. The poor ox had the second year of the zodiac named after him. So, what happened? The emperor was on the other side of the finishing line, right? He was seeing everything, and then he said that, well done, my dear red, you have actually won the race. You are the first one. So, what I'm going to do is the first zodiac year would be in your name. And then the poor ox didn't say a word and then was satisfied with the second position. Students, how many zodiac year would the emperor give according to the animals who won the race? Yes, he said that there would be 12, right? He said that there would be 12 years, zodiac years, named after the first 12 animals who would win the swimming race, right, students? So let us see what would happen to the next 10 animals who would be the ones to win the race. All right, students? Shortly after them, an exhausted tiger clawed his way to the river bank. The third year of the zodiac was named after him. So, what happened? Just after the ox and the rat, who came next was the tired, exhausted tiger. Exhausted. Remember, students, I've told you exhausted means it shows that the degree of tiredness is very to the extreme level. That means very tired. Okay, so the tiger was very tired after swimming and he got the third year of the zodiac sign, right? Let us see the next one. The next to arrive was the rabbit. He had reached the shore by floating on the log. So the next one was the rabbit. The rabbit came. How did the rabbit actually swim? The rabbit didn't know swimming, right? So what did he do? He actually floated on a log. He utilized a log and then he floated on there and crossed the river bank. All right? The Jade Emperor declared that the fourth year would be after his name. So far we have seen who is the first one. The first was the rat. So the first zodiac year goes to the rat. The next one would be named after ox, right? The third one is the tiger. And the fourth one we have seen it's the rat, right? Just then, a dragon swooped down to take fifth place. The emperor asks, "Why don't you win the race when you can fly? Why didn't you win the race when you can fly?" So, what happened next? Came a dragon, and the dragon actually got fifth place. And then the emperor was surprised. The emperor said that, "You're a dragon, why haven't you won the race? Actually, you were supposed to come fast, no? You could have simply flown across the river and come fast in the race, and then you would have your name in the first position of the zodiac here. Why are you in the fifth position?" So let us see, students, what would the dragon reply. Okay, students, "I needed to make rain for a few thirsty animals and people. Then I blew a puff of wind to have the rabbit float to the river bank." Now, see, students, what did the dragon say? It's very surprising. The dragon said that I had to make rain. That means I had to carry water. I have to make rain for a few thirsty animals. That means there were animals who were really thirsty in the swimming process. They were quite thirsty. So what did I do? I helped them get water, and I also helped the rabbit, right, to cross the stream. That is to cross the stream, to float. What did I do? I puffed. I gave a puff to the rabbit because the rabbit was quite tired. So I gave there was no fan, so I gave short breath, no, the short breath air, giving the puff like that, right, to the rabbit to help him float in a better manner and win the race. See, students, in life, winning is not everything, right, students? Here you can see the dragon was so thoughtful. Even though he was in the same competition, in the same race, he had a heart to help others, right? He was very, very helpful. He wanted to help the other animals, right? When he saw the thirsty animals, when he saw the tired animals, he was there to help them. So we also, students, we may be in a competition, we may not be in a competition, but in life, whenever we get an opportunity to help others, right, to show our love and concern towards others, we should do it that very moment. Why? Because that should actually be our motto. Okay, sometimes what do people do? People try to take the way of all unfair means, especially when they are in a competition or a game, right? They try to put, just to win that competition, just to win that game, they try to take up means, unfair means, no, just to win that competition. And after winning it, what do? They show their pride. But this is very, very wrong, students. If it doesn't matter whether you win or you lose, but what should be is that you should indulge in healthy competition, not an unhealthy one. Okay, students, competition is good, but then try to engage in healthy competition where you do your best and also you allow the others to do their best. It's not that you just only do your best and you try to hamper others, you don't try to help others. Please do not be engaged in all those kind of things. See here, the dragon did an awesome job. Even though he got the fifth position, he was happy. Why? Because he helped other animals, thirsty animals, and he also helped the rabbit to cross the stream, right? I needed to make rain for a few thirsty animals and people, then I blew a puff of wind to help the rabbit float to the river bank. Well, that was very kind of you. You will have the fifth year of the zodiac named after you, declared the emperor. So the emperor also said that you're really kind, right? You really care. You have that care and concern for others. You're a kind dragon. So the fifth year of the zodiac would go to you. Okay, will be named after you. The next thing the Jade Emperor heard was the sound of the horse hoofs. Suddenly, A sneaky snake wiggled out from around one of the horse hooves. Okay, so what next? The king could hear the sound, that is the hoof sound of the horse. Remember, students, what's a hoof? Last time I've told you that is the hard covering on the leg of some animals like donkeys and horses, right? When they run, when they walk, this hoof protects their leg, right? And here he could actually hear the sound of the hoof of the horse, which was about to come in the sixth position. But because of a sneaky, very secretive, right? And then very clever. This snake was very clever to wiggle, that means move around very fast, wiggling in a round manner, wiggle around in one of the horse hooves. Now it really confused the horse. He could feel that something is there on his leg, right? The horse was surprised and jumped backwards, giving the snake a chance to take the sixth place. So here the horse was really, really surprised. And then what happened? The horse was looking here and there, and then the horse moved back. And while the horse moved back, the snake very fast took the sixth place. So obviously the poor horse had to be satisfied with the seventh place. Now obviously when the snake took the sixth place, it was the horse which came in the seventh place. Now see, students, in this lesson also, and so far we have seen there are some animals like the ox, the dragon, which were very kind, helpful to others, whereas there are some animals like the rat who have been very clever, trying to trick others, like the snake trying to make fool of others and trying to get a better place in the competition. So in life also you'll come across with people who will be trying to take sort of various unfair means, unhealthy means to win a competition or to do anything in life. But you and I, we should always work in a truthful manner. We should always try to indulge in healthy competition. We should always be helpful to others whenever we are in a position to do so. Now let us see. The seventh position is already been given to the horse. Now there are a few animals which are left. I'm sure you remember how many zodiac years, how many years the King Jade said that he will be selecting, how many animals each would be getting a zodiac year name after them. Yes, it's 12. So far 7. Now, how many left? 5 more animals. So, let us see who are the 5 more animals to get a place in this zodiac year. Not long afterwards, a raft arrived carrying the goat, the monkey, and the rooster. So, what happened is that after a while, a raft arrived. I've told you, students, what a raft is, right? A wooden plank sort of thing used as a boat. So, in that boat, there were 3 animals: the goat, the monkey, and the rooster. The emperor said that the goat would be the eighth zodiac animal. So the emperor said that all 3 of you have arrived in one particular raft. So I'll be selecting. So the goat would be the eighth. Okay, he would be the eighth in position of the zodiac sign. They're over there. The monkey would be the ninth and the rooster the 10th. So the emperor decided that the goat, you should get the 8th position, and then the monkey would get the ninth position, and lastly the rooster would get the 10th position. So how many more positions are there, students? Yes, there are only 2 more positions left. So let us see who will get those 2 more positions. The next animal to finish was the dog. His reward was to have the 11th year named after him. So the next animal was what? The next animal was a dog. So he got the 11th position. Let us see the last one to win the race. There was only one place left in the zodiac. Finally, the emperor heard a grunt from the boar. What is a boar? Wild pig, right? We have already seen the meaning of all the words. You took a long time to cross the river, said the emperor to the boar. I was hungry and stopped to eat, explained the boar. Now, what happened was, after a few time, he could hear the grunt, the sound, the running sound of a boar, that is a wild pig, right? And then the emperor asks, I expected you to come a bit earlier, right? Come a bit earlier than other animals. So you took a lot of time to cross the river, said the emperor to the boar. And then what reply did the boar give? The boar said that I was hungry, emperor, and I stopped to eat, explained the boar. Now, see, students, it's quite funny, The boar doesn't use its brain, right? Said that I was hungry, so I thought that it's better to eat and then I should run the race. See? You have still done well, said the emperor. The last year of the zodiac will be named after you. So the emperor said, okay, that's fine. Even though you had your food, you took your time, you still have outshone some of the other animals because you could have one place in the zodiac sign, right? Zodiac year. That is, you'll be getting the 12th place in the zodiac year, okay? And then, as for the cat, he was too late to have a year named after him. He felt very angry with the rat. Since then, cats have never been friends with rats. Now there's a mystery over here. Remember, students, the cat and the rat, they sat on the back of the ox, right? And they were about to reach only. What did the rat do? The rat pushed the cat, and the cat fell off into the river, right? And then, as you all know, cats are scared of water. They are not good swimmers. So, by the time somehow the cat came to the bank of the river, it was too late, and then the cat was very disappointed. So it is being said that since that time onwards, the cats and the rats have enmity between them. They are not friends, they are actually foes, like enemies. So the cats always run after the rats, no? Try to chase the rats and eat it, right? From that day onwards, the Chinese zodiac has followed this cycle of year that was named after these 12 animals. So, students, from that day onwards, it is being said that the Chinese zodiac has followed the cycle of years that are named after this 12 animals. So, the Chinese calendar has this zodiac where this 12 animals name are being followed. So this is actually a Chinese folk tale, but it gives us a wonderful message, right, students? What message it gives us? It gives us a message that life is also like a competition, life is also like a race, right? We all are running a race, but in this race you come across with other people who are also running the race of life. But in order to progress, in order to be in a position, in a bigger position than others, we should never try to indulge ourselves in unfair means, like the rat, like the snake, right? We have seen they try to do what? They try to trick others, no? They try to come first, they try to progress. Now we see many people doing many sort of things to win competitions, to do many things, to get better job, no, to get better position. But we shouldn't do like that. Rather, we should be what? We should be like the ox, always helpful to others, always being caring to others, and also like the dragon who was not worried about winning the race. Actually, he was worried about others, helping others, no, thinking about caring about others, trying to come up with means to help others. So we also, as we are running the life race, students, it does not matter how much money we accumulate or what big position we get, but the only thing which matters is what kind of person we are, right? Are we a good person? Okay, are we helping others? Are we caring about others? Because life is all about loving others, loving yourself, loving others, taking good care, and living happily together in a peaceful manner, not tricking others. Okay, students, so this story was actually very, very wonderful story. Even though it was a Chinese folk tale, it talked about various animals, but we can relate it and we can learn the lessons that in life we should always engage in a very healthy competition. We should love others. We should be thoughtful of others' needs as well. We should be caring in life, and we should never indulge in unhealthy practices. So, students, that's all for today. So, as a homework, I would like you all to write a short summary of this lesson. Whatever things you like it, right? You know how to write a summary. So that's all for today's students. I shall see you all in my next class and we'll be discussing some of the question and answers of this lesson. So take care, keep smiling, and stay safe and healthy. Bye bye.